Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. And today I'm going to be doing my NFL predictions, my picks for week 2 of the NFL season. Can't believe we're already in week 2. Week 1 was kind of an interesting week for me. I ended up going 12-4. My fantasy teams, meanwhile, they did not do very well. I'm in like 8 different leagues, and I think I only won like 2 games. So out of the 8 leagues that I'm in, including the Let's Talk Sports Fantasy League, I ended up losing week 1 to that. Shout outs to everybody who ended up winning their week 1 games in the Let's Talk Sports Fantasy Football League. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. Let's hop right into these picks. I got the mini helmets right next to me, and yeah. All right, starting things off with Thursday Night Football, we have the Green Bay Packers hosting the Washington Commanders at Lambeau Field on Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. And I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers to win this game. They looked really good in the first week of the season. In their last week's game versus the Lions. That was actually one of the games I got wrong. So for a little redemption and a little apology for Packers fans for picking against you guys last week, even though I'm pretty sure I made a comment saying I wanted to pick the Packers, but I ended up picking the Lions instead. This week, though, I'm going to take Green Bay to take down Washington. I think this will be a close game, but I can see the Cheeseheads getting the job done. Next up, we've got the New York Giants taking on the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm going to take the Cowboys to win this game here. I feel like that's kind of a safe pick. To pick Dallas here, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. I got the Cowboys taking down the Giants. Next up, we've got the Detroit Lions hosting the Chicago Bears. And one quick thing before I get into this pick, if I sound sick, that's because I am. I'm dealing with a little bit of a sore throat right now. But I'm going to pick the Bears to win this game. It seems like a lot of people are picking Chicago to win this game, actually. And, yeah, I'm actually kind of on that side. I'm actually Ben Johnson, I think this will be a nice little bounce-back win for him going into Detroit. He's very familiar with Dan Campbell. Probably one of the few people that knows Dan Campbell pretty well outside of Dan Campbell himself and his family. I know the Lions have a completely different system, new coordinators and everything, so things have changed, but I don't think that's going to stop Ben Johnson in the Bears. I think they're going to take down Detroit here in week 2. Next up, we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Seattle Seahawks, and I'm going to take the Steelers to win this game. Something wrong with my Seahawks helmet. It looks like there's kind of a crack there. I don't know. I need to update my helmets anyway, but I'm going to pick the Steelers to win this game. I feel comfortable that they'll take down the Seahawks here and go 2-0. Next up is the Titans and the Rams, and I'm going to pick the Rams to win this game. They had a very boring win last week versus Houston. And who knows, they might have another boring win this week against Tennessee. Though I would not be surprised if the Titans somehow pull off the win. I just don't see it happening. I think it's up. We've got the Bills taking on the Jets. I'm going to take the Bills to win this game. I just think the Bills, they're the better team here. And not to mention, I have Josh Allen on a couple of fantasy leagues this year. And I need him to do well here against the Jets. but in all serious note, yeah, I think I'm comfortably taking Buffalo here to take down the Jets. Next up, we've got the Dolphins taking on the Patriots, and I'm going to take the Patriots to win this game here. Even though the Patriots never do well in Miami, I'm comfortable that this is the year that we will go into Miami and take the Dolphins down. Daniel Jones, he made the Dolphins look, I don't know what the heck happened there. But, I think hopefully Drake May ends up having, the same type of performance like Daniel Jones had week 1. And, him and the Patriots will come out on top with a victory here against the Dolphins. Next up, we've got the Jaguars taking on the Bengals, and I don't know, both teams did not look very good after their wins last week. But I don't know. I think I'm going to take the Bengals to win this game here against Jacksonville. But I don't really have much to say. I think the Bengals will get the job done. Next up, we've got the 49ers taking on the Saints. I'm realizing that I don't really have a lot to say about a lot of these games. But I don't really have anything to say here either. I'm going to pick the Niners to win. Even though they are a little banged up, I still think a banged-up 49ers team should take down the 2025 New Orleans Saints. Next up, we've got the Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. I think the Ravens are going to win this game. They're going to give the Browns a bit of an ass whooping going into this game. Led by Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. I think this game's going to Baltimore. I think that's a pretty safe pick. We've got the Broncos taking on the Colts. I don't know. I know some Broncos fans are a little nervous going into this game after what they saw, or after the game last week the Colts had versus the Dolphins. I don't know if Daniel Jones and the Colts are going to put up the same type of performance here against the Broncos like they did last week versus Miami, but I don't know. I think I'm going to roll the dice and I'm going to pick the Broncos to win this game. Mainly because Bo Nix is my fantasy quarterback in the Let's Talk Sports Fantasy Football League that we're doing. And he did not have a very good performance last week. So I'm hoping that he bounces back and has a good performance here against the Colts. I don't know. I was talking with a friend of mine who's a Broncos fan. And he mentioned that he was kind of nervous going into this game, and I honestly don't blame him. Next up, we've got what might be a very mediocre game between the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers. This is year 3 of Bryce Young, and I feel like Bryce Young is kind of turning into, Kyler Murray in a way, where it's like, we've been hearing the last few years about Kyler Murray saying how he's going to have a breakout year, and he just hasn't. And then we're kind of seeing the same thing with Bryce Young. I don't really know what to expect with Bryce Young. But I'm going to pick Arizona to win this game. I think they're going to be the better team here. Next up, we've got a rematch of last year's Super Bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. What do you know? This is the second time in a row we have a Chiefs-Eagles regular season game after the Super Bowl. And I think the Eagles are going to win it here against Kansas City. Seems like the Eagles are kind of the favorites to win this game, and I kind of agree on that in some ways. Though I think the Chiefs will make this an entertaining game, no doubt. But I think it's going to be Philly who wins this game. Also, isn't it funny that Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Brady, they were both doing the Super Bowl last year on Fox, and they're both doing this game between the Chiefs and Eagles. Man, funny how life works. Next up, we've got the Sunday Night Football game between the Atlanta Falcons and Minnesota Vikings. There are a lot of people picking the Falcons to win this game, which kind of concerns me. So I'm going to confidently pick the Vikings to win this game. I don't know. I don't know why there are a lot of people picking the Falcons to win this game, but I don't see it. I think Minnesota's going to pull off the win. Next up, we've got one of 2 Monday Night Football games. The Texans hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Give me the Buccaneers to win this game. And then we've got the Chargers taking on the Raiders. This game is going to be at, I believe, 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time, which, I guess you got to do what you got to do. Almost if you have a Chargers or Raiders player on your fantasy football teams this year, or if you're a big Raiders or Chargers fan, period, I don't really see a lot of people staying up for this game. I'm going to pick the Chargers to win this game. Jim Harbaugh, I think them and the Chargers, I think they have a better offense compared to the Raiders, and I think they're going to get the job done. And there you guys have it. That is my Week 2 NFL predictions. I apologize if I didn't really have a whole lot to say for a lot of these picks. It's just because I didn't. And also, if I get a game wrong, I mean, it's totally fine. I'm doing this for fun. So, you know, we're not going to get it. I'm not going to get every game right. I'm not. And if I do miss a game, that's totally fine. You know, again, like I said before, we're just doing this for fun. So if I pick your team to lose or anything, you know, don't take it personal or anything. It's just my opinions. All right. But anyway, hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, if you enjoy the content. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. Thank you guys for 450 subscribers. We hit that earlier today. And yeah, with that said, I'll see you guys next time.